1-3, the police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Rock Street.
Have you ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Millions of collectors, lovers of film and horror alike, just living out their lives, oblivious. Did you know that the first program was designed to be a perfect human world, where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Some believe that we lack the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. However, when viewers of the Movie Canon YouTube channel tune in, they get a sense of joy. Too much joy, if you ask me. You see, the perfect world would dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from, which is why this was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization. For some reason, human beings still found their way to the Movie Canon YouTube channel. This has to change. Look out that window. You had your time. The future is our world. The future is our time. Is there something on your mind?
Watch the Movie Canon.
Hi, you're watching the Movie Canon? Watch Gio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and this is The Met Report, a show about movies, entertainment, and television news. It is episode number 55, and this is going to be kind of like my Christmas special episode of The Met Reports, since it is the last episode before Christmas, which is coming on Wednesday. So thank you so much, guys. If you're watching here right now, if you're watching the replay, I really appreciate all of that. You guys are watching here. And for this episode of the Met Report, I am going to give you guys my top 10 most anticipated films of 2025. I do that every year. I've been doing that for several years now. And sometimes they, once I actually watch the movies, they kind of let me down a little bit, but we'll see what happens. But I am not alone here today. So let's go ahead and bring my guest of today. Mr. Tim Williams from VFG Movie Reviews. Let's bring him here right now. Mr. Tim, how you doing?
What's up, guys? What's up?
So we have, I mean, we talked about, some of the movies that we're anticipating for 2025. I will say that it hasn't been as exciting as other years. I feel like other years I was more excited for the upcoming movies than what we have now, the lineup for 2025. I'm not entirely sure why, but I will say that a lot of these movies that are going to be in this list are going to be your typical maybe comic book movies, sequels, prequels, horror, stuff like that. Some of these are going to be like IPs that are kind of well known, right? So there's some original movies out there that exist that are available for you to look into as far as what's coming out next year, but most of them are not. So that's why there's not going to be that many in there, because I just don't know much about them quite yet. when I do my top 10 movies of the year, which will be next week, there's going to be some movies that were not on my anticipated list last year because I didn't really know much about them yet, or just maybe I didn't know about them at all. But they actually made it to my top 10 list. But just a little side note there. And again, these are just my picks. And then Tim is going to present his top 3 picks as well. So we'll talk about that as well.
My list was long.
And it was. I'll say this about my top 3 and Tim's top 3. They're all different. So I like that because I was like, that's what I was like. Oh, interesting. Because remember when you sent that to me, Tim, I was like, that's very interesting because I thought it'll be like the same type of movies, but they're all different there. But so that's what we're gonna do here. And let me go ahead and bring this up here. So today, if you're watching now live and you're a subscriber to the Movie Canon YouTube channel or following the Instagram page, so I'll be doing the giveaway here. Let me actually remove this here real quick here. Okay, so I'll do this a giveaway at the end if there's enough viewers, right? So what I'm gonna do differently, I'm not gonna do a trivia question like I do sometimes. So what I had you guys do is in the chat to just check in and say you're a subscriber or a follower, and then I'll add you to the reindeer race. You know how we have those other little races that I do for the giveaways. So it's gonna be little reindeers. So just when you come in the live chat, just say I'm a subscriber or follower, and then obviously you would have to be a subscriber or follower of the Movie Canon YouTube channel or the Instagram page, have an address within the US, and you do have to be present in the live chat. Present, no pun intended because it's Christmas, but you have to be present in the live chat to win. And then we'll do the little race, and then whoever wins in that little reindeer race, then obviously they're the winner. And then you get to select one of these gifts. Whatever's behind it is the one that you will win. But we'll do that later if like I said, we have enough people there. But let's go ahead and get started with the live chat here. There's a few in there, so let's start that now. Let's start with Feel the Burn dropping by here. Thank you so much, Feel the Burn, for joining us as always. And then he's letting me know that he's a subscriber and follower, and I already added him on there. Feel the Burn. He says happy holidays to everyone. And then warming up the chat, saying hello to everybody there. And Jose G. Hernandez, Mr. Jose Plus, dropping by as well. Says, hey everyone, the Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile has arrived. And my Hot Toy Bane Christmas came early this year. So congrats there, Jose, on both of these, the figure and the Jazz Inc. vehicle. I would love to have a Jazz Inc. vehicle Batmobile, but I can't quite get there yet. But congrats on that. And let me see. So you said, Jose, that you have Bane, the Bane 2.0 Hot Toys. So let me just show mine real quick here. I mean, I just had to do this. Sorry. So this is my Bane right here, Bane 2.0. So there you go, guys. Oh, damn! I hope I don't drop this. Damn. Okay. So there you go. He's wearing his little Santa hat, right? And then he's holding Batman's cowl there or whatever. So, yep, just got him. So we're excited for him. Turned out really, really good. This is the 2.0 Hot Toys version there. Then Freya LeBron says, congrats, Jose. It's freaking amazing. And then still need to take some photos. Yeah, so congrats, guys, on that. So, okay, so I think we're all good here. Mr. Chris Chong dropping by. So say, Gio, hello there, Chris Chong. Thanks so much for joining us as always. And again, if you're interested in the giveaway, make sure to check in, say that you're a subscriber and a follower, and be present in the live chat when we do the giveaway. We'll do that at the end if we have enough viewers still. And then just saying happy holidays. So yeah, so happy holidays, everybody. This Christmas season, holiday season. So let's go and get started with, I'm going to throw this to you, Tim. So I made a big list of upcoming movies for next year, 2025. And then I just started going through them. and narrowing them down, right, to a top 10 list. But then I left like a few, maybe like five, uh, that like a top 15, I guess, and then just narrowed it down to 10. So I kept the 15. I'm not going to present the 15 through the 10th spot, but there are some honorable mentions. And I know you have some honorable mentions, Tim. What are some honorable mentions for any upcoming 2025 films that you're highly anticipating?
So I didn't want to put like the Marvel movies on there because I'm a Marvel guy. It's like, of course, I'm excited for those. It's not a like surprise or anything like that. So
Right.
I think it was just the Marvel movies that I sent you.
Yeah, you sent me quite a few of them, and I was debating. What to me is like, I'm gonna put that's why I mentioned this earlier. It's like there's gonna be like a lot of like comic booky movies, a lot of movies that are like sequels or prequels or whatever. So to me, it's like, well, those are the ones that we know more about. So that's why I included them. And obviously the ones that we don't know, then obviously I wouldn't be able to really say anything about it. But what are some of yours, Tim? Just honorable mentions.
Hell, let's see. I would probably say like The Bride. I think I actually had to look that up. I was like, wait, what is this? Christian Bale playing Frankenstein. I'm kind of into that. Like, that could be pretty cool. I'm into that. So that would definitely be an Emilio, Disney's brand new animated IP. It's been pushed a bunch of times, but I think they are going to release it next year.
Oh, are you talking about? Are you talking about Elio?
Elio? Is it Elio?
Elio,
Yeah,
yeah,
it might be Elio.
Elio. Yeah. Okay, yeah. There's like he wants to get abducted, like by aliens.
Yeah,
I just saw the trailer. It's saw Mufasa, and they have the trailer for that movie. Yeah,
it looks cool, and it looks like it's going to be a little heartwarming tale. Apparently, the kid's autistic in it and stuff like that. So, I'm for it. I love Disney shit. And I would have to say, Now You See Me 3. Love that series. Love that series. I would say for honorable mentions, that's about it.
I like the first one a little bit. I don't remember if I saw the second one.
Well, Gio, you definitely don't know this about me, but at one point I was going to be a magician.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Okay.
Dude, I have hung out with the top magicians in the world. David Copperfield, Penn and Teller.
Oh,
okay. Like, all the guys. I used to go to, I think they still have it here in Vegas. I was trying to look it up and see if they still do it, but they used to have a magician's hangout. It was like every other Saturday at the Jockey Club, which is kind of where Cosmo is now. Jockey Club's still there, but Cosmo is kind of built on top of it. They would come out. You never know who was going to come out, and like they would show stuff, hang out, tell stories, drink. It was pretty awesome. So that's why I like those movies. I'm like, oh, this stuff is good, and they're good at what they do in it too.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. I just don't remember loving the first one that much, and I think I did not see the second one, but so we have the third one coming up now. Is that one supposed to have? Wasn't Jesse Eisenberg in?
Yeah, everybody's back on it.
Oh, everyone's back. Oh, okay.
Everybody's back.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So look at that. So we got that one, and what are some other ones?
What else have we got on here? I put it on the list, but like Jurassic Park World Rebirth. I don't know if I'm super excited for that one. We'll see how it goes. The cast is pretty good with it. Mahershala Ali's in it. I would have to look it up, but I definitely know Mahershala Ali's in it because Blade's on hold again because he's off.
that's so he was able to do it, right? So it's like I got some free time.
A new Mission Impossible. I'm kind of for it. I hope they end it well, but we'll see how it goes. Wicked Part 2. I'm hyped for that.
Oh, okay.
The name is stupid. Wicked
Oh.
Forever is so
Or
good.
or is it for good? No, Wicked for good.
Oh, for good. Yeah. It's
Oh,
so
okay,
good.
yeah,
It's so
yeah. I
bad.
was like, okay.
I'm like, why not just call it Wicked Part 2? Like, we didn't need something else added to it. What are you gonna say, Jim?
Yeah. So some of mine. So we got the Monkey, horror movie. The Stephen King adaptation.
I could probably look this up. It's probably be like a 2-second Google search. Does anybody know why they didn't call it its full title?
What is the full title?
It's Monkey Shines. It's based off the book Monkey Shines.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was a different name. I just know it's based on Stephen King. Isn't it like a short?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Maybe that's something to do with the marketing or something. They probably tested it out and are like, now let's just stick to the monkey. I don't know. But then we have Theo James in it, and it looks interesting to me. It obviously didn't make it to my top 10, but it's a horror movie coming in February.
Every time.
And then we talked a little bit about this earlier this year, Tim. Final Destination, Bloodline. So that's
was that on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Ooh, my bad.
Yeah. So honorable mention.
I hope it's
it has its moments. I'm always curious to see what kind of deaths are gonna come in for Final Destination. So it's, again, not top 10, but most likely I'll be watching that.
So is it a reboot or is it a sequel?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know if they're gonna just start over or if it's just what the sixth one. It's the sixth one. It's the sixth Final Destination. So I don't know if it's a reboot or they're just doing a sequel. Another one is Wolfman. That's actually coming out next month. What's the name of the studio? Bloom Studios. Blumhouse. There you go, Blumhouse. So they're doing that. That looks good.
They're rebooting all the Universal monsters.
Right, because they did with the Invisible Man and they actually announced not too long ago this week that they're doing the Mummy, Blumhouse as well. So we're getting that, I think 2026, but the Wolfman's coming out.
Keep Tom Cruise away from that.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty bad. But what's some other ones? Actually, Thunderbolts is in there on my list for honorable mentions. The trailer looked good for it, but I wasn't completely on board quite yet as super excited for it. But it's honorable mention, and there's some other ones there which I don't want to go through a whole list, but this was just some honorable mentions there. So before I start here with the list, top 10, there's some here in the live chat here. Let's see. Chris Chong says, just saw your Mufasa See It, Stream It, or Skip It grade. Care to share a quick review? Oh, okay. So you're talking about, all right. So let me see. So let me go ahead and move that real quick here. So Tim, have you had a chance to watch Mufasa yet?
Seeing it tomorrow.
Oh, you're watching it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, that and Craven.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got Sonic tonight.
Sonic I'm watching probably tomorrow. That's the plan to go tomorrow. But yeah, I saw Mufasa last night. I wasn't a huge fan of the quote unquote live action movie of The Lion King, the one that came out in 2019. There was something off with it. I don't know what it was, but ultimately I wasn't a big fan of it. But I did like that one more than Mufasa. Now, I don't think Mufasa was a completely terrible movie because I know it's getting some really bad reaction from what I can recall. But it's just, the story is kind of a basic story when it comes to, something like this. It's not, it's a prequel to obviously The Lion King. And there's moments in there that kind of go past the first Lion King, without spoilers and stuff like that. The animation, kind of looks the same as the Lion King live action version. So I don't necessarily think it improved too much. It was a fine watch. I mentioned this before. I have a list, so it's kind of like I can watch 3 movies a week. So it wasn't like a whole thing about like, oh, I just wasted my money. It wasn't bad to that level there, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I would recommend it, because I think this is more of a movie that you'll enjoy at home. I don't think it's one of those that's you'll have to rush out to the theater because you're going to see something groundbreaking or anything like that. Overall, I mean, it was fine. It's something that you would expect. There's nothing that's going to blow your mind or anything like that. So that's what I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll give it a C plus. It's a stream it. It's a stream it.
Oh,
So
I am not going into this movie thinking this is gonna blow my mind and be one of the greatest movies of all time. It already breaks one of my sins, so I have tempered expectations.
Yeah, me too. I mean, me too. I wasn't expecting that either, but it was still kind of like, it wasn't going to not affect my grade of it, because like, okay, it's just what I thought it was going to be. So sometimes when you go into movies and you have an expectation, or maybe a negative expectation, maybe like in the back of your mind, you're like, well, hopefully it kind of does or is better than you were thinking, even if it's for a little bit. But this one kind of just turned out to be kind of like what I was expecting. But yeah, so that was the Mufasa movie there. And then Chris Chong says, aren't Captain America and Fantastic Four the only Marvel productions next year? Which I'm glad. We don't need 5 things a year. I think it's 4.
Yes, we do. We need 5 things.
So we need 5 of them. I think there's 4. There's 4 MCU movies coming out next year, if I remember correctly. Captain America.
It's only 3. Yeah, Cap, okay. Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was another one. Maybe I'm thinking of Superman as a sub MCU one. But it's definitely more than 2. More than 2 there. Let's see. Superman looks very good. Already looks better than the Snyderverse. All right, so not a Snyderverse fan there. Just saying hello there to Mr. Chris Jong. A few of the Burn says, "For Good" is one of the songs from the second act of the play. Did you watch the play, Tim, of Wicked? Right? I think it's talking about.
I watched a breakdown of it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Then Chris says, I actually sang that song with my high school chorus in graduation. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
Then we have April Loves Cats Forever 90 saying hello.
Damn,
hello there, April. We long name there. Thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciated there. And again, guys, if you guys are trying to get that giveaway, make sure to comment in the live chat, here in the live chat. And then it says, I actually thought Mufasa was a huge improvement from the remake, including with the animation. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't really notice it that much. Like, I never thought it was absolutely terrible. It's just it's a little off. Maybe it's off that we're seeing these lions who are supposed to try to look realistic, and then they're like talking and singing and things like that. Oh, actually, the music in Mufasa I did not like. That's a negative for me. So I didn't like the music, the songs.
Isn't it? It's Blue Ivy singing, right?
She voices one of the cubs. I don't know if it's a spoiler thing or not, but she's not. I don't think she ever sings in the movie.
No,
I don't think she does.
Okay.
Maybe she did once. I don't remember, but most of the singing comes from like Mufasa and Scar or whatever, all the other guys. But so let's see. Then it says, I watched Sonic right after Mufasa the Hedgehog was my Barbenheimer. Oh, okay. So you did watch both of those. Okay. Yeah, so I'll be watching Sonic tomorrow. So we'll see how that one is. I'm hearing good things about Sonic though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Okay, so I think we're good. All right, so let's begin doing my top 10 list here. Now, again, guys, this is just my list, obviously, right? So you don't necessarily going to agree. In fact, you will not agree with all of my picks here. And some of these movies may not even make it to 2024. They may end up being pushed to next year or even the following year. So keep that in mind as well. And I already explained the whole situation about that these are the movies that are more well known, like it's more recognizable. There might be some movies in there that I will find uh, interesting and then I might be anticipating, but I won't know about them until like, I don't know, the middle of the year, next year or something like that. That happens all the time. So just keep that in mind as well. So let's see. View of the Burden says no interest in seeing the live action Lion King. No interest in this, he says. Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, my buddy doesn't like any of the live action remakes either. He won't watch.
Oh yeah, they're like it's like a 50-50 when it comes to those Disney live action movies. They either really hit or they really don't. So yeah, so here we go here. All right, so let's start with my number 10 again. The most anticipated movies for 2025. So the first one is, and I had to put this in here, is Avatar: Fire and Ash. Now this is a movie that has a very good chance of being pushed to 2026 or 2027 or 2028 if we look at the track record with Avatar 2, because they kept pushing that movie so many times that I think this one was supposed to come out sooner, I believe, but I know they keep pushing Avatar before, so we'll see what happens. But I think they're done filming with this one, so I think it's just a matter of all the other post-production and that stuff, so it should come out on time. But this was supposed to come out in December 19th of 2025, and I guess we'll see for sure. But the second movie, what's called The Way of Water, right? Avatar: The Way of Water. I enjoyed that one more than the first one, because the first Avatar film, when I saw it, like I liked all the effects. You know, it's something that looked really good with 3D glasses, which I don't really care for 3D glasses. But they actually shot it in a way that it was for it. Unlike other movies that they just kind of converted later on and it looks like crap, the Avatar movies were shot for that specifically. So I did watch the first one like that, and I enjoyed all of that. All the technical stuff, special effects, all that was cool. I just didn't like the whole, we're doing Dances with Wolves, with aliens, forgot what the name of that animated movie that came out in the 90s, kind of the same plot. Thumbelina, I think it's called. It's kind of like the same plot there too. So that's why I wasn't a huge fan of the first Avatar movie. And Avatar: The Way of Water, the sequel, was better, in my opinion, right? It was better than the first one. So I'm still interested to see what James Cameron's going to do. Although I would have preferred James Cameron to have spent his time for something else than to make 4 or 5 Avatar movies. And I think he'll probably be done after Avatar. But what are your quick thoughts on this pick, Tim?
No, I'm hyped for it. It wasn't one of the ones I sent you, but I'm hyped for it. Like, I think they're technically they're pretty damn good, but we'll see. Like, I don't know. 5 of these bad boys. I mean, you can only stretch a story so much.
Yeah. And then, as I mentioned earlier, like this year, because I was looking at the list of movies at the lineup, and I was like, I'm not really that excited about the lineup from what we've seen so far. And the fact that Avatar is here on the number 10 spot should probably tell you a lot. But but yes,
I think there's a lot of stuff that they haven't announced yet. And from what everybody I've seen talk about the upcoming movies of 2025 and stuff that we don't know about yet, they're all hyped for it. So I'm just waiting around to see what they're hyped. What is like going to send us over the edge with it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because like I said, in previous years, there was plenty of stuff that was announced, and I just wasn't that. Or actually, I was more excited regarding those films before, but Let's see. So that was Avatar, Fire and Ash. Let's move on to my number 9. Number 9 is Ballerina, the John Wick spin-off movie. This one was pushed. It was supposed to come out. I think it was supposed to come out this year, and they decided to push it like a whole year. We have Anna
that was
de
because of
Armas.
the strike.
I think that, I mean, I'm sure that was part of it too, but I also remember something about saying that they needed to reshoot more. I think I heard something about that there just wasn't enough action sequences or something, so they needed to like add more stuff to it.
Jesus.
Because it's like they had to push it like a whole year because it was ready to go. I think it was supposed to come out in June or something like that. But so I'm excited for this. A big fan of John Wick franchise. There is some repetitiveness when it comes to some of these John Wick movies. I completely recognize that and understand that. This one looks good, and we're just gonna have like a female version of John Wick and Anna de Armas. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun and action sequences going on there. So, what are your quick thoughts on this one, Tim?
Oh, I'm ready for it. I love the John Wick movies, man. I'm kind of interested in see how they're going to resurrect him, but I'm hyped for this. I'm for it. I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure when this is set. I'm assuming it'll be set before John Wick 4 is what I'm guessing. But
oh yeah, because he's in it.
Yeah, because remember there's
I think
like
it's
a little...
I think it's set earlier than that, but I'm not going to take a stab at it and be wrong. But I do think it's set earlier than that.
Yeah, so this one's coming out on June 6, 2025. And let's see, we have Feel the Burn says, I actually fell asleep during the first Avatar in the theater. Might give it another chance, he says. And Chris Chong says, I completely forgot about Avatar. It's so weird. Both movies made over $2 billion each, yet no one talks about them. That is very, very true, Chris, actually. Because I know when they were talking about, and like I mentioned earlier, they kept pushing the sequel to Avatar, right? They kept pushing it and pushing it. And it's like the movie came out, it made a lot of money. People were talking about it that year that it came out, got all these Oscar nominations and so forth. And it just kind of like disappeared. And it's just like, we didn't really hear much about it. People weren't really talking about Avatar. And then all of a sudden, James Cameron's like, we're making a sequel. And then they kept pushing it and pushing it. And no one was really talking about it until it actually came out. And then it made a shitload of money again. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a weird, odd pattern.
Well,
but I totally agree with that. But
I don't think there's anything like people mainly talk about movies that like have an overwhelming, like powerful story. These don't have an overwhelming, powerful story. The story is good, but there's nothing like that embeds in you that you keep up the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I think like they get a couple of months of traction, and then they're done. Until the next one.
Yeah, although people kept returning to the theater to watch the first Avatar and the sequel.
Good movie. It's a fun movie to watch. I mean, but it's like,
it's definitely a movie to watch in the theater for sure. Like it's, I think it's one of those movies that you have to experience it in the theater, and maybe that's why people kept coming back to it or bringing their friends. So like, make sure to watch this here in the theater. Blah blah blah. It's kind of what I'm guessing. That's why it probably made so much money. But the story, it's pretty basic, like I say.
It is. It's not.
Chris says that's why they're making 3 more, because both broke off. Was that both broke box office records? Oh yeah, okay. So what you mean that it broke box office records for both of them there? Yeah. This takes place during part 3, right? Talking about Fire and Ash, right? Or we're talking about?
No, I think he's talking Ballerina.
Oh, Ballerina. Okay. I'm not entirely sure. But I know it has to be before Chapter 4. All right, so let's move on to the next one for me here, number 8, and that's the Karate Kid Legends, Jackie Chan, and what is this guy's name? I always forget this guy's name. Ralph
Macchio.
Ralph Macchio? Okay, there you go. I always forget his name. I don't know why, but yeah, the Karate Kid. Again, another example how much or how weak the 2025 lineup is for me. I am excited for this movie for sure. I do watch Cobra Kai. They're very cringe and very, very
people
very
are gonna catch you, Gio. People love
Right.
Cobra Kai, man.
No, I know, and I mean I like it too. But I recognize like some of the acting is, I mean, it's much of like younger actors, but some of the acting is pretty bad. A lot of the dialogue is pretty bad. Even some of the fights are kind of bad, but it's fun. Like it's entertaining. So I'm caught up with Cobra Kai. Like I've been watching every episode, so I'm completely caught up. And there's the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie that came out in 2010 with what's his name? Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
He was in the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan, and I think in that movie it wasn't about Karate Kid; it was about Kung Fu. So it kind of didn't make any sense. But
Chinese, yeah.
Right. So now we're having both of these guys. We have Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio here in the movie, and there's another kid that needs their training or their guidance or whatever. So obviously I'm more excited to see both of these guys, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, in a movie more than anything. But I think it's supposed to take place after Cobra Kai ends, which is about to end, I think in February, if I'm not mistaken, on Netflix. But what are your quick thoughts on this one, Tim?
Oh, this movie can go to hell.
Okay.
I don't care. I honestly don't care. Like the Jaden Smith one, like they didn't need to bring Jackie Chan back for this. They could have just centered around like Ralph Macchio, like being the main guy, teaching the kid and stuff like that, and brought it more to the way the originals were. We don't need it. I'll be interested to see how they bridge all of it, but like this doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, well, it's happening on May 30th.
It's definitely happening.
May 30th, 2025. We're gonna get a new Karate Kid movie. All right, so let's move on to the next one here. Let's see. Oh, Chris Chong says Ralph Macchio even sounds like a Karate Kid name. I'm sorry, a karate name, or some combat name. He says, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense, right? All right, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit with my number 7 spot. So I'm gonna cheat a bit. I got number 7A and number 7B because they're both Frankenstein movies, right? Both Frankenstein movies. So you mentioned this earlier in your honorable mention, Tim.
Yeah, The Bride.
Yeah, The Bride with an exclamation mark. Maggie Gyllenhaal is she wrote and directed this.
Nice.
And then we have Christian Bale as Frankenstein.
I did hear about
Yeah. So this is coming out in the theater. So this one's supposed to come out in September 2020. I'm sorry, September 26, 2025. So I'm definitely interested in seeing, a version of Frankenstein. Big fan of, Frankenstein, just in general, right? We have Christian Bale, big actor there, and then Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'm curious to see what she's going to do here. So that's definitely interesting to me. So we'll see how this happens, right? But it's a theatrical release, and the reason why I included this one, the other Frankenstein movie, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a theatrical release. It looks like it's going to go straight to Netflix, unless they do one of those quick runs. And that's why I felt that I could kind of cheat a little bit, because if it was theatrical,
that's such a shame.
It is. Like I said, sometimes Netflix budges a little bits and gives a theatrical release, but usually not for a long period of time. Like Knives Out, remember Knives Out? They did like a maybe I think the second one of the second Knives Out movie.
Yeah,
I forgot what
Glass
it's called.
Onion.
Glass Onion. There you go. They did like
So good.
1 week, run in the theater, and then they're like, "That's it. The rest of it's gonna
Which
go on
was
Netflix."
dumb
It was
because it made so much money. It made so
did
much
well.
money. They should have just
definitely
kept
did
it
well.
going.
And they spent a lot of money to get the rights to that too. They spent like hundreds of millions of dollars, I think, to get the rights for Knives Out. And it's like, why don't you just release it in the theater? I mean, just release it in the theater and then you drop it on your platform or whatever. But
Mhm.
I don't know what the thought process is there. Especially during that time when they were kind of like struggling, or not so struggling, but I know they had lost like a lot of subscribers and a lot of money and stuff like that. But
Netflix doesn't like money.
I guess not. And they're
They're
very
allergic to it.
bad at marketing as well, like marketing films. Like sometimes I'll just see a movie that's just like on Netflix, and that's the first time that I hear about it. I was like, "What is this? Oh, it's a Netflix movie with like a big star too, like a couple of big stars." I was like, oh, "Okay, it's the first time that I hear about this." But so this is the Guillermo del Toro. So I'm more interested in this one, but because it's not a theatrical release, that's why it's kind of like under the 7B spot, the 7B spot. And I think Frankenstein was supposed to be played by Andrew Garfield, if I remember correctly. But then for whatever reason he had to step out, and they got what's the guy from I can't remember the name now. I have to look that up now. He was in Euphoria, like the lead, one of the main guys in Euphoria, and he was in that movie that came out last year, Jacob something.
Oh, Lordy.
There you go, that guy.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be Frankenstein now in this Guillermo del Toro movie.
Oh, that's cool.
It was supposed to be Andrew Garfield, but they got him. I would have preferred Andrew Garfield, but that's what we have now. But so that was my 7B spot there. Any thoughts on these, Tim?
Other than that, I'm really sad that this isn't going to come to theaters. Like, I hope they do something with it. Guillermo brings in money, man. Put it in the goddamn theater. Whatever. But the first one, The Bride, I'm excited for it. I did, now that you said that Maggie Gyllenhaal was, I remember hearing something about it, and I was pretty pumped for that one, particularly. Like, and I think that's her directorial debut, right?
I think she's directed something else.
Oh, wait.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check.
Oh, well, even if I'm wrong about that. No, I'm hyped for it. Like I said, Christian Bale as Frankenstein. I can get behind that, man. I can even see it. And just because you showed off your toy, I'm sure. I got the NECA black and white Frankenstein right here.
Oh, nice.
It's cool. Love them. I got the black and white, the colored one up over here.
Oh, okay. There's a manufacturer that's working on a Frankenstein 6-scale figure. Forgot what it's called. Something plastic. I think Feel the Burn knows which one I'm talking about. But that one looks cool. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but they teased him, and that looks really good too. That Frankenstein. All right, so we got that, and again, we're talking about Maggie Gyllenhaal, writing and directing this Bride movie, right? Let's see here. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Oh, actually, let me read this right here. Fear the Burn says, want to see this. I love all the remade Universal monster movies. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, The Wolfman, Invisible Man, etc. Yeah. And
Invisible Man was great. That was if there was any way to like modernize it and still make it like scary as hell, that was the way to do it. Next to Hollow Man, that was the way to do it.
Oh, there it is. Caustic Plastic. That's
Never
the
heard
manufacturer.
Never
manufacturer who's doing that Frankenstein. But thank you so much there, Feel the Burn. All right, so that was it for that. So obviously the bride obviously looks like it's going to be focused more on the bride from what we can tell. And then we have the Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. The next one here, number 6 for me, is Mortal
there we
Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2. And the reason why this is so high, because I was a huge fan of the game, particularly Mortal Kombat 2. So I was a big fan of that game. Probably the game that I played the most, along with the GoldenEye game, the N64 GoldenEye game. But Mortal Kombat, big fan of that. I wasn't a huge fan of the first one, the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. I was kind of disappointed with it. I liked that they had no restrictions, at least not as much as the PG-13 version, the first one from 1995. It's R-rated for the 2021 version. And there was stuff that I liked in it, but overall I was kind of disappointed with it. But I'm still hopeful that Mortal Kombat 2 will be better than that first one. If it's going to happen, who knows? They're going to bring in the character that I played the most at Mortal Kombat video game, and that's Johnny Cage. He's my favorite player to use in the game, and they're bringing him. And just Billy Butcher from The Boys. What's the actor's name? I can't even think of the guy.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, there you go.
Yep.
And he was also Dredd, right? He was
Yeah.
he was a Judge Dredd.
He was a good Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
Should have been
But,
the franchise he carried forever. And they just never did it. Just never went. We're like, no, we're not doing it.
Right, yeah, I still remember that. That was like in 2012, I think, when that movie came out. 2011, 2012, around there.
Yeah.
But he's coming here as Johnny Cage, an older Johnny Cage. But
I don't know. I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if he's like what they should have gone with. Like they needed like I feel for like, because they were all talking about like the movie needs like not an A-level actor, but like somebody to like kind of up it a little bit. I don't know if he was the guy, but I think he'll play a great Johnny Cage. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll do well with the role as an older Johnny Cage. I would have wanted a younger Johnny Cage, like all the other ones are. Like even like Raiden, or not Raiden, Liu Kang is a younger actor, playing the character, and we have Carl Urban playing an older Johnny Cage, right? Because the actor's older, right? But I wouldn't have picked him, but I think he'll do a good job there as Johnny Cage. Let's see. So the next one is number 5, and it is Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
What is it called? First Steps.
First Steps.
Yeah, I when I was writing the notes on this, I wrote baby steps for some reason. But Fantastic Four First Steps is supposed to come out on July 25th, 2025. And actually, I didn't mention this. The Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat 2, that one's coming out in October 24th, 2025.
That's a good spot for it.
Yeah, except the fact that I want to see it sooner. But yeah, it's a good time for it to come out. But yeah, Fantastic Four First Steps, not baby steps, coming out in July. And more importantly, I think I'm more excited to see what the MCU is going to do with this, because all the other ones, in my opinion, those other Fantastic Four movies were not good, and they just have not been doing it well, I guess. So I'm hopeful for the MCU to actually deliver here, but again, we're at the low points of the MCU, with the exception of Deadpool and Wolverine. But
watch your
but we'll
mouth,
see.
sir.
But we'll see. We'll see though. The cast. I mean, I'm fine with the cast. I would have preferred, like everyone else, John Krasinski as Reed Richards, right? But whatever.
He's in this.
What happened?
He's in this.
Who, John Krasinski?
Yes.
What do you mean?
They're doing the Counselor Reeds.
Are they really?
In this movie? Yes. At some point, we are going to see the Counselor Reeds.
Oh, okay,
and,
okay.
There's supposed to be Krasinski's playing a Reed. They're bringing back all the Reeds from the other two movies. Yeah, two, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're supposed to be bringing those guys into it, and at some point we're supposed to see the Counselor Reeds.
Oh, okay.
At some point in the movie, it could be just a little quick post-credit scene. I don't know, but from everything I've gathered, that it's there. It's there.
Is that something that you saw somewhere, like an article or something that's saying that they're going to do that?
I
or
actually
you just think based on a comic?
No, I actually got dropped a hint to something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Feel the Burn says, I really hope Fantastic Four can get Marvel out of the slump it's been in. Well, yeah, I mean,
hold on.
I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine is helping a lot with that. That's what's probably the only one that is. That was the only one that came out this year, right? Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a good thing right there. Cause
yeah, but you have to. You have to look at it like this. Marvel's worst films are still making more money than other movies. Like, you can call it a slump, like whatever, but their worst films are still making like $500,000, $600,000, and most movies can't even get that high. Like Moana just creeped over 6. No, was it Moana that creeped over? Yeah, Moana creeped over 6. Wicked is just a little bit over 5. You know what I'm saying? And they just hit $1 billion movie with Deadpool and Wolverine. I think
that's what I'm saying.
Just want to hate. Not saying you or him, but I'm just saying it. Like, I think people want to hate.
I mean, I think we're just going based on some of the movies that came out shortly after Endgame. Because, like I said, the example that we just used, Deadpool and Wolverine, that's helping a lot with that. Because, people were actually excited to watch that. But, like, what movies came out last year in 2023 that were MCU?
Marvels.
The Marvels, which
was great.
I wasn't a huge fan of it.
She's right here.
And I saw it
Marvel.
in the theater.
She was so good. She was so good.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, but I wasn't a huge fan of the Marvels. And what was another one that came out last year? And I don't think box office did well for that movie either. I think it was definitely not $1 billion movie. I know that, but
I think it was close to 6.
That seems high for the Marvels. But I'll take your word for it because I don't have receipts right now. But let's see. Chris says, even despite the earlier Fantastic Four movies, Chris Evans looked like he was having more fun than in Captain America. He says so. Wow. Few of the says, but I'm guessing we're waiting for X-Men to save the day, and Pedro Pascal doesn't need to be in everything. So
yes, he does.
There was who was it?
Okay, I lied through my teeth. It was only 200,000.
You mean 200 million, right?
Damn it!
About 200 million.
Yeah, 200 million. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I remember the Marvels did not do well at all box office,
God,
but I don't remember the number.
That. Oh shit.
Yeah, but
all right, don't listen to me. My argument's flawed. It's horrible.
Okay. That's what I was like. I'm not sure about that, but
look, I'll defend it to my death. I don't care if I'm wrong or not.
Even though you have the receipts and the numbers right in front of you, right? It's
yeah.
Like
nope, don't care.
The comment that Feel the Burn is saying Pedro Pascal doesn't need to be in everything. I remember there was 2 actors that actually there's like 3 actors throughout the years that they just keep being in everything. And I remember Jude Law had like a couple of years where he was like in everything and anything. And The Rock was like in everything for like many years too.
Yeah, and look where he's at right now. He's doing
He's
Red
like-
1. Come on.
Right. I started watching that movie the other day because it's on Prime now, and I couldn't finish watching it. But
No, dude.
it's-
It literally looks like they're just walking through it, just reading lines. Not even like acting. It just looks like they're just reading lines.
yeah, so
Like you
there's
see a
that,
hand
and-
come off screen to hand, J.K. Sims some lines, be like, hey, just read this real quick.
Yeah.
It's bad.
There was another actor that was like in everything. Trying to remember
Leo
who it
was at that point. She's just the it guy right now. That's all it is. But that's also on the
Yeah.
actor not to be like, hey, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. He also doesn't have to keep doing everything. But I mean, if you're an actor and you want to act, go for it. Just be sparing and
Yeah.
pick those roles, because if you do everything, you're going to get into problems like Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, that's right, Nicolas Cage. I was thinking of Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson was in a lot of movies too.
Oh yeah,
'Cause he was like in everything for a while. Field the Burn says the last recent Marvel movie I loved was Wakanda Forever, and that was in 2022.
really good one. That was actually
So
really good.
yeah, so it's been a couple years now, and Chris Chong says, ironically, my favorite Marvel production recently was the animated X-Men '97 series, which I have not finished yet.
I cried like a baby. Oh my goodness.
I've heard so much stuff about the '97 series. Like, do I really need to watch it now? I mean,
Yes, yes, you do.
I watch.
Because you're
I
gonna
watched the
cry,
first 4
Gio.
episodes.
You're gonna cry.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, but I'm worried about the second season because they got rid of Bo DeMayo. Like, I'm worried about the second season. This season was too good.
Yeah, I think he finished the. I'm guessing the script or something with season 2. I'm not sure if they're going to use it, but I thought I heard something about that. But Chris says more enjoyable than most of the live-action MCU films recently. Again, referring to X-Men '97 series there. All right, so that was my number 5. Okay, so we're gonna go to number 4, and we'll see what you guys think about this. But it's Michael, October 3rd, 2025.
Oh,
They
shit.
pushed this movie, so they pushed it.
That's a weird
It was-
time to release this. Oh,
It was supposed to come out, I think, like in April around there, but they pushed it to October. I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to do the whole Oscar season, like the award season, like later in the year. I'm not sure if that's.
They might,
I don't know. If
they
that's.
might.
I don't know if that's the idea, but yeah, I'm interested in this. I never thought that they would make a Michael Jackson biopic because of stuff that we learned about or have been hearing about for decades. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna treat this, especially since I believe the Jackson family is involved in this production. I think that's
Isn't it
a
his
blessing
kid?
to it. I think this is the nephew, I believe. Michael Jackson's nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the he's portraying Michael. Michael Jackson has my favorite song of all time is a Michael Jackson song, is what I wanted to say. So I'm curious to see how it's going to be, how this is going to turn out. Like, are they going to, get into the whole controversies of the allegations and things like that? Are they going to get into that? Are they going to maybe bring it up in the background, like, oh yeah, this happened, and then move on? I don't know.
I think this is going to be another Bohemian Rhapsody. They are not going to tell. They are very surface level. Like, they're going to tease that they're going to touch on something and not touch on it. Like, it's very surface level Michael Jackson film, especially if the family's involved in it.
Yeah. So although I thought I heard somewhere, read an article, something about that. They are going to tackle it. And I was like, really? I just don't see it.
I don't see it. But I also heard, who the hell was it? I heard somebody say that a bunch of executives were like, "This movie's going to do $1 billion." I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know about that, man. I
is it?
I don't know about that.
Is it because simple fact that Michael Jackson is like one of the biggest, singers
But it's a
of
biopic.
all time? I mean, it is. But I think Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it did well, box office wise. I think it did. I didn't get to $1 billion, but I think it did pretty good for that type of film. A biopic like that.
I mean, I would have to look at the numbers for that. The numbers for Amy Winehouse's one. There's still another one coming up. And then kind of figure out how to go from there. But I don't know, man. $1 billion on a biopic, I would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet money on that for sure. But then at the same time, it's like, well, if it does, it's because people really
like Michael
wanted to see it internationally, right? Like the international numbers. I watched that Cirque du Soleil 1 show in Vegas. Tim, I saw that, and I liked it. It was pretty good. Pretty good. And then I don't know if it's spoiler or not, but Michael appears as a what do you call it?
Hologram.
Hologram. There you go. Very Star Warsy. He pops up in there. but
I mean, he's canon. He's canon to Star Wars, isn't he?
Is he? I'm not.
Isn't Captain EO canon to Star Wars?
Oh, I heard something about that. I don't know
because they're using some of the characters from Captain EO in Skeleton Crew.
Oh,
so
okay.
Canon. I think it's canon.
Maybe it is now. Maybe it is now.
That'd be funny.
I'll look into that already. But yeah, that is kind of funny. I think I did hear that. Chris Chong is saying, I would have loved to see MJ in concert. If I had to choose a late singer to see, it's either him or Selena.
Oh yeah.
So Selena Quintanilla, right? Quintanilla.
For me, it would be the Doors. I would have loved to see the Doors at their like prime. Okay. I would have died.
Because he died like really young, right? Like he died like in the 60s or something. The lead
27.
singer.
He's in the.
Oh, he's one of the 27 club. Okay, gotcha. The 27 club, yeah. Where'd you get that? Mr. Cody dropping by. Hello there, Mr. Cody. Thanks so much for joining us here, as always. And Feel the Run says, Bohemian Rhapsody, excellent film. And yes, I really did like that movie as well. So that was my number 4. So let's get into some of yours now, Mr. Tim.
Well, mine weren't. I didn't. I'll just talk about him particularly.
I put this Queen of the Ring.
I just saw this trailer, so I am a huge wrestling fan. Like my love for wrestling goes way back. I went to the WrestleMania that was here in Vegas, not the one that's coming up in February, but the one back in the day that was at Caesar's Palace. I went to that WrestleMania.
Okay.
I've been to WCW shows. I've been to GS backyard wrestling shows that one of the dudes who was a legend in Las Vegas, his name was Buffalo Jim. He used to run a training facility, and he would get all the wrestlers in there, and I'd go see wrestling over there. It was in the back of there was a strip club, like all this other shit. It was cool, though. It was cool. Buffalo Jim was a cool ass dude. I remember seeing Yokozuna there. But I am a huge fan of. As I got older, it's not so much the wrestling anymore because I've seen it all growing up. Like, there's not real much innovation anymore in pro wrestling.
Oh, okay.
But the stories of the people that came up in wrestling and everything what was that the Von Erich movie that just happened, Iron Claw.
Oh yeah, that's good. I really like that.
Brilliant storytelling of wrestling and the family and how like it's just ingrained in them. So this movie is 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 based around Mildred Burke, who was the very first, like pretty much the very first female wrestler of all time.
Oh, okay.
She ended up getting screwed over by the Fabulous Moolah eventually later on in her career, but that's a different story. But yeah, so like I'm hyped for this movie. I'm really hyped for this movie.
Yeah, because I didn't hear about this movie when you sent that to me. I was like, oh, okay. Then I looked it up and I was like, okay. Because I was thinking of the Iron Claw, because that movie actually made it to my top 10 films of last year.
Iron Claw was so good. Good.
That was really good. So that was yours there, Tim. Field of Run says, how many Michael biopics does this make now after his death?
This is the only one theatrically.
This is the right. So this is the like an official biopic. I think this is the only one.
There might have been some TV movies.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
TV movies, yeah.
Might have been one of those, but I don't even know about them. But my number 3 is, what is it? Predator: Badlands.
Ooh, yeah, there's 2 Predator movies next year, right?
Right. I think the other one is an animated movie, I believe. And
I thought they were both live action.
I think the second one is.
It was it was Prey sequel, wasn't it? A Prey sequel and then Badlands.
I'm not sure if it's a Prey sequel. Maybe the animated one. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I remember correctly that they're doing the live action Badlands movie, right? And I think the second one is supposed to be an animated one, but the one that I'm referring to is Badlands. This one's supposed to come out in November of next year, 2025, November 7th. And this normally wouldn't be so high if it wasn't for Prey, which I absolutely loved on Hulu. Great film. And now that this one's about to come out, that's why it's kind of high. And now the bar is also high. So it's like now has a good chance that it could disappoint me, unfortunately, but hopefully not. But
at least it's getting a theatrical.
Yes,
like, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, because Prey did not enjoy that. I would have loved to have seen that movie in the theater, but hopefully this one is good. And of course, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of the Predator films or whatever. Like I do like a few of the Predator movies. There have been some that are not good at all, especially not the most recent one, the one before that. So I think it's just called The Predator. That one was not good, but I've always liked the design of the Predator itself.
Was that the one with the autistic kid with superpowers?
I believe so.
Yeah, that was Predators. Because they had multiple in it, I think.
The Predators, I think that's the one with Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody? Yeah, Adrian Brody. Remember they go to like a planet, they like drop off these criminals?
That one was good. I actually really liked
Predators. Yeah, I remember that one being okay. I think Lawrence Fishburne was in that one too. Mm-hmm. But the Predator is the one that I'm talking about. But this one I'm excited for.
Yeah.
November, like I said here. Any thoughts on this here, Tim?
No, I like the Predator movies. I do. I didn't like the one with the one I just mentioned with the autistic kid. I actually seeked out a specific video. Somebody who works with autistic kids and stuff like that, talking about it, and he's like, we really do need to stop making movies about autistic kids that have these like superpowers, because that's not how this works at all. And it kind of paints them in a bad light and everything, and it blew me away. He went way deeper into it than what I'm going into it, but it blew me away. And I particularly don't like movies that do that. Not even with a kid with special needs or something like that, but any kid that this kid broke this encrypted code that these hundreds of scientists have been working on for the last 30 years couldn't figure out. You know what I'm saying? But this one kid got it in 20 minutes. Like, I hate plot line like that. I really do. I really do. I really do. But no, I'm hyped for this one. I am. I like the Predator movies. I really do. I'd love to see Arnold back.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was actually supposed to be at the end of the last one, not Prey, but the last
Predator.
one. He was supposed to be the guy that was in the box, not just.
Oh,
a suit.
was it?
Yeah, he was supposed to be like cryogenically, like in stasis or something like that.
So it would have been
And
one of
then
those little
I guess
cameos.
I guess he backed out for something else, or like I don't remember. But yeah, I would have loved to seen that. Hell, go forward with Arnold, fucking old Arnold, whooping up on some aliens. Hell yeah.
I'm
Give it
sure
to me,
people.
baby.
Yeah, we would. I'm sure a lot of people will be very excited for that. I would definitely watch that, but I mean, this one right here, no Arnold, but it's pretty high up here still. So that's my number 3, and then I put this one here for you here, Tim.
Ooh, so excited. So excited.
The Black Phone 2.
Oh, that movie was so good. That movie was so good. I wish they would have went a little bit harder with like showing him killing the kids instead of just
Oh wow.
with flashback. Well, no, because like think about it. And now I'm an 80s guy. Like Freddy Krueger, like stuff like that. And I know it's really we can't really do movies like that anymore and shit like that. But like I think they could have went a little bit harder with it and stuff like that. Yeah, man, because now we have like Terrifier.
Oh, that's right.
Who's literally
Terrifier
hacking
3.
kids up, and it's great. Yeah. It's cool. Like, why
It's
would
great?
Well,
I know what you mean.
yeah,
I know
because
what you mean.
think about it. Why would a psychopathic serial killer be like, kids one step too far? Sorry, guys, can't do that. But everybody else, you're dying. Like it wouldn't work like that in real life. But I love the kid picking up the phone, getting to talk to the souls of the kids and
Oh yeah,
them helping him and him like going through. And Kevin Bacon, baby, was so. It's Kevin Bacon, right?
it's
No.
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. My bad.
So I was like, wait, what? Did I miss something? For a second.
so menacing. Like when the scene where he's sitting in the chair, just waiting for the kid to do something wrong, for he can do what he needs to do. Oh, it's so good. It's so damn good. I love it. I love it, and I can't wait to see what they do with if it's going to be a sequel or a prequel. Like I'm excited to see what they do with it. I really am.
Yeah, I like. I
Oh,
did like
that's
the Black
mean.
Phone. I mean, I did like the Black Phone, but I wasn't, super excited for the sequel, But I mean, I'm most likely gonna watch it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch it. But then they did the at Universal, the Horror Nights. They had a Blumhouse maze, and they had the Black Phone in there. But it's like there wasn't much that they can do with it for a maze.
Not this year because I wasn't able to go this year, but the year before they had like a special scare area, character meet and greet. It was more of a character meet and greet with the grabber, and I got video of it. I'll send it to you. It's really cool. Like he's got his van and he's there and he's like talking to the whole crowd, and then you can take a photo with them and everything. And me and my buddy were taking the photo, and he's like right here on like the side of my face, right? And I'm just like, I love you, man. He's like, oh, thank you. And I was dying. The dude's cool. It was cool. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I like it.
Yeah. So again, that was the first one that I liked, and Obviously, you liked it a lot more there, Tim. But you
Oh
gave me a
yeah,
reason.
oh yeah.
So Black Phone 2. Do we have? Actually, I don't have that on the list. But yeah, it's supposed to come out next year. Thinking maybe like October. I'm guessing. I would think. But so that was
Yeah,
it for
I
that.
think.
So going on to number 2, the number 2 spot here, and we have Jurassic World Rebirth. So I'm going based on the first Jurassic Park movie because I'm always hopeful that it's gonna be not live up to it exactly, but I'm always hopeful that it'll be very, very good. That'll have somewhat of a good experience, like I did with the first Jurassic Park movie, which none of them have really been that way. But I'm always hopeful, and so that's why it's here as the number 2. And I know you mentioned Mahershala. What's the actor's name? Blade. Mahershala Ali. So he's in this. And actually, you know how I said earlier that there was 4 MCU movies? I know that there was another one, and it was Blade, but they
Blade's
removed
not
it.
happening.
But that's not happening. So that's what I was like. I thought I know there was like 4 because
It might get filmed next year. It's not coming out next year.
Yeah, if that. I mean, I don't know what was happening with that movie, but obviously he was available to do this because this was kind of like they just like started working on this like out of nowhere. Like there was just announcements that they're making this Jurassic World movie and it's coming out next year. I was like, damn, that's pretty fast for a Jurassic World movie.
I think for this recent like stop to it, I think it's Ryan Reynolds' fault, to be quite honest. Because I think Blade got such a great reaction in Deadpool and Wolverine. They're like, oh hey, wait a minute. Okay, we gotta do something. We gotta bring him into the movie and like have him pass. Like they're doing something with it. I guarantee it. I'd put my
but the issue with that though is that Blade, not to talk about Blade now, but I'm just saying Blade was announced in 2019.
Yeah.
So it's like we're in 2024 and I don't know what the hell's happening. It was like, you guys can't figure out a story. What the hell's happening? Mahershala Ali's gonna end up leaving. I think he's just gonna be like, fuck this. I'm doing something else.
No.
Well, now he's doing this, but maybe he has time now to do it, and then
I think he's on board. I think he's seeing it through. I think he's committed to this project. I really do.
I hope so, because if we're gonna have someone else, not Wesley Snipes, to be Blade, I think he's a good choice for that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in this Jurassic World Rebirth. Scarlett Johansson. I did read the synopsis of this movie, and it's very similar to other Jurassic World movies. So it's kind of like, okay, but still, I'm hopeful. I'm still hopeful. Number 2, but I know they released some photos like this week, I think, but I didn't actually gather them or anything. But that's supposed to come out in July, I believe. Let me just double check. But what are your quick thoughts on this one here, Tim?
Like, I mean, I was fine with like what they did with Jurassic World. I remember taking like the first one, taking my brother and his daughters to the movie and everything when I went and saw it. I mean, it would have to be what the story is. Like, that's what it's going to hinge on for me.
Right.
Like, we've seen dinosaurs. We've seen them create the dinosaurs, and then we saw them create the dinosaurs again. Then this is kind of got to be, it's got to be different, but better. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because these, especially the more recent ones, the Jurassic World movies, I believe all of them might have crossed or got very close to crossing to the $1 billion mark box office wise. So this wasn't really a surprise that they were going to do another one.
No,
but they definitely do have to do something better with their story, because the last one, what was the last one called? Dominion.
Yeah,
that one was not good. So, and then they had the original cast drop in for a bit, from the first
It was too
Jurassic
many.
Park.
It was too many stories. Like there was
Yeah,
4 paths that they were going down, and I was just like, "This is too much. This is way too much."
yeah. And then Fear the Burn says, "I'm so disappointed they couldn't get this Blade off the ground, but Wesley will always be Blade." He says, "Yeah, that's what he says in Deadpool and Wolverine." Right?
Oh, you missed Chris.
What was that?
You missed Chris.
Oh, this one. Tim really was an anti-kid agenda for movies. Wants them to not outsmart scientists and wants them to disembowel or to be disemboweled. So
What? No, like I'm not.
like no.
Not saying something like that, but no, because I get hung up on like bad movie tropes. Don't get me wrong, Goonies is one of my favorite damn movies of all time. Like, I like kids that outsmart bad guys. I do, but if you use it constantly and every like other movie has that kind of trope, I'm like, it gets boring after a while.
I'm not a fan of Goonies.
What?
Just a little side note there. Feel the Burn says there's only
done. We're
been
done, guys. We're done.
there's only been one Blade. It's gonna be one Blade. True statement, says Feel the Burn. And all right, so that was Jurassic World Rebirth. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be disappointed, but we'll see. And then the last one. Oh, actually, let's go to this one now. So here's your other one here.
Yeah.
Which I kind of was a bit surprised at Tim. Like I'm planning on watching this, but I was a bit surprised. But take it away.
Lilo and Stitch, man. What? Stitch is awesome. Stitch is one of the coolest characters. Plus, Lilo and Stitch is one of my friend's favorite Disney movies, and she literally has everything Stitch. She was born in Hawaii. She was raised in Hawaii, and she just loves Stitch. And every time I think about Stitch, I think about her. But I'm like, I think this is actually going to be a really good live action Disney flick. I think this is going to be the one that they actually get right. Because did you see the set photos from the Moana one? Brock looks stupid with his muscle suit. He just looks dumb.
No,
but
funny.
I think the Stitch looks great. Now, how it falls into the movie, we'll have to see. But I think the Stitch, I think he looks great, and that's the one thing they really needed to worry about. So,
what Chris is saying, this Stitch looks so cursed. This has to be the end of Disney's live action remakes, right?
No, we still got Moana. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. And they're about to. They're working on Rapunzel. They want Sabrina Carpenter for Rapunzel.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I could get behind that. I could get behind that.
Gio The Burn says, Gio, why do you break my heart? Not a fan of Goonies. Yeah. They played it in the first time I saw Goonies was in high school. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that we were in class and then the teacher said, we're gonna watch a movie today. For whatever reason, whatever. And I think you guys are gonna really love this. And then he said, we're gonna play The Goonies. And I hadn't seen it, but everyone else, my classmates, they were super excited. They were like jumping up and down, and they're like, "Yay!" Blah blah blah. Blah. I was like, "Okay, all right, okay," and watched it. And then I was like, "Why were these people so excited for The Goonies?" And that was the only time I've seen it, so I haven't rewatched it. And I was in high school, so that was a while ago. But I see it on, I think it's on Max, I believe, or one of those. Mm-hmm. I see it there, but I haven't pressed play for a rewatch. But I just remember not liking it. Not liking it. This says, need an in-depth review, please. Oh, I would have to rewatch it. Like I said, I was like 14 maybe when I saw this movie, so I just remember not liking it.
Shit, I haven't reviewed Goonies yet. I'm so worried. Like there's so many reviews that I'm like, oh, I want to do that review. but I'm so worried people are going to jump in the comments and just rip me apart.
Oh, wow.
Like Wizard of Oz. Oh my god, I'm so afraid of doing Wizard of Oz. Let me tell you.
Oh wow. But the thing is, I do like the new Star Wars show, Skeleton Crew.
I haven't watched it yet, but
and apparently
I
I do remember it's kind of like that for the Goonies. It's very similar. Yep. Story beats are kind of like the same, but I don't know. Maybe I just need to rewatch.
Oh, and did you see all the Star Wars haters? There ain't nobody out there for Skeleton Crew.
That's what you mean. That's what I was like, what?
Yeah, there's no haters out there for it because they know it's for kids.
Oh, okay. Well, that one does seem like it's more set up for like kids for sure. But
it is.
But I mean, I've seen a lot of fans or Star Wars fans that I know that actually do like it and that they hated some of the other stuff. But yeah, that one's good.
Was still amazing. You can go to hell.
Okay, yeah, no. I might try it for that one, but. But
that's not meant for you, Gio. That's meant for the Acolyte haters.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, so we got that. So that was Lilo and Stitch, and that one I think is coming out in May, like May 23rd, around there, like Memorial Day weekend. So that one's coming up.
Oh wait, are we gonna get Moana and Stitch in 2025?
I think so, right? Is it 2025 or 2026 for Moana?
Oh no, because
maybe it is 2025.
About to wrap shooting. No, maybe it might be 2026. They might punt it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember seeing it on the list, but it might actually be out. But let's see. Okay, so we're gonna get it to my number one spot for most anticipated film of 2025. So let's get into that now. Where is it here? Here we go. So here we go. So it is Superman. I thought I had audio for some reason, but I don't have audio. So of course it is Superman, James Gunn's interpretation, relaunching, restarting the DC universe. So yes, of course we have Superman coming out, formerly known as Superman Legacy, coming on July 11th. So I'm most excited for this movie than any other movie. Although, like I said, other years the number one spot I would have been more excited for it, but still, there's much writing on for this one here because the DC universe was not liked by many. Box office wise showed that, so they really need to have a good solid first entry here. And I was excited that James Gunn is going to be running things along with Safran, Joseph Safran, I believe. But James Gunn is doing the more creative side of it or whatever. I thought the trailer looked great. Wasn't the best one that I've ever seen or anything like that, but I thought it was really good. It was a very good teaser trailer. I know some people were not fond of the idea that they were not going to have Henry Cavill again as Superman. To me, it's like, okay, well, I guess they're moving on, so there's nothing we can do about it. So, I mean, I liked Henry Cavill, but, I wasn't like, 100% like, you can't do it without him or whatever. But hopefully this movie is good. Again, number one spot here on my end here, but I guess we'll have to see. What about your thoughts there, Tim, regarding this?
I actually just did 2 videos recently on this. I did one where I was talking about what this movie means, and like, this is not only is this a reboot to like the franchise and get DC back on track, because it's in peril. I mean, the Batman's doing really good. The Penguin series is doing really good. Creature Commandos is fun. I just watched it, and the Christopher Reeves documentary, Superman, was really good. That I was crying during that movie, during that doc, like just how much of a cool dude he was and what like this role meant to him and did to him. this movie carries a lot of weight, and I believe in James Gunn. I do. I love his movies. Like, no, a lot of people think his some of his shit's really corny and just a one note thing, but I think he cares about this and is going to show a lot of love to this. I am not a Zack Snyder. I will never ever say Zack Snyder should have been in charge of DC at any point. Never. Zack Snyder has very few good movies. Like, legitimately good movies. Watchmen was good.
I do like Watchmen.
Dawn of the Dead was really good. But like his DC movies, he had so many and too many storylines in these movies. If he wanted to make them good, he should have streamlined them and just set up where it was going next. Like, how are you going to do a movie where you have Batman and Superman fighting, and then on top of that, you're going to do Doomsday, which Doomsday should be a character you build up to. Like, that should be like a thing, and then Superman dies, and then we show the world for the next 5 or 6 movies of the world dealing with the death of Superman. That's how it should have been done. 100%. But Zack's an egomaniac, and he's a lot of flash over substance. But I think Gunn, what I believe Gunn is going to do in this is it's not going to be flash. It's going to be deeper substance to the character. Like in the trailer, when he opens with him having his ass beat and wheezing. Like, we've never heard Superman wheeze. Like, that he can't breathe and he's spitting up blood. And then he just wants the love of his dog to take him home. Like, that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. And it shows that it's a little dark, too. You know, it's a good balance. I'm hyped for this. In Gunn, I trust. 100%. Let's do it.
I mean, all of the films that I've seen that James Gunn was involved, I really, really enjoyed. You know, obviously the 3 Guardians movies and the Suicide Squad. Like, I really, really enjoyed the Suicide Squad, and it's like that was a movie he made, you know, after, you know, the first Suicide Squad, which was not received well, and he was able to, you know, turn it around. I really liked that film, and then you mentioned the Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos.
I just watched that this week too, and it's pretty.
Did you watch all the episodes?
Yes. They're like they're not that long. They're like 26 minutes.
G.I. Robot.
Yeah, those are fun. Oh yeah.
He's my favorite character. He is my favorite character.
Yeah. So I'm excited for this. I have high expectations for this. James Gunn, you know, it's a DC character, Superman, of course. So I am very expecting this to be really, really good. Now, what actually happens, I don't know, but I don't think I'll be disappointed with this one compared to the Jurassic World that I have it in my number 2. That one, there's a good chance that I may not like it, but I'm still hopeful for that one.
So I know, like, I think every time I'm on this channel, I bring this dude up, but Robert Meyer Burnett, he did one of his things before the trailer released, and he was talking about this, and he was just like, we need to feel like, have the feeling of hope, and he's like, that's what I want from this movie. I just want to have hope. And that's what Superman is. Like, I saw people clowning on the costume and everything, and I just watched an interview with David Cornsweet talking about why the suit looks like that, and it makes so much damn sense. He's an alien from another planet, and he doesn't want to scare kids. So you wear a costume with bright colors to feel more welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
if he was all black, like kids would be afraid of him. Like it makes sense. And the trunks on the outside, he brought it up. I mean, we really don't know the reasoning for the trunks on the outside. I'm sure there's some Superman lore I'm just missing about it. But he was like, it's also kind of like a professional wrestler. That's kind of like why he wore the trunks and stuff like that. So it like,
because I know, because he pushed for that, right? To have that.
Yes,
look.
he pushed because
they
did a suit that didn't have the trunks,
yeah,
and he pushed for it. And it was all based around the perception of kids, which makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
We have Mr. Cody saying, looking forward to Superman. And Chris says, same with Snyder fans too. They were just harassing someone online who worked with Snyder for daring to support Gunn. And I think you were referring to another comment that I think I missed. Oh, this one here. Isn't it true a bunch of grown male Star Wars fans harassed the child actor that he stopped acting after a Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
I know there was Star Wars fans. Jake Lloyd. Yeah, I think it's Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he stopped acting shortly after that.
That's why Brandon Routh stopped acting after Superman Returns.
I mean, for a while, right? Because I know he did some stuff.
Yeah,
afterwards,
no, he's back, and he's donned the Superman cape, and actually, I think his was Kingdom Come in the.
CW show. Right. I mean, I don't watch it, but I heard that he was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Mr. Cody, what you got that says, yes, Batman vs Superman had way too much going on, and they gave too much away in the trailers. Yes, I would agree with that. Batman vs Superman, I also had high expectations for, and while I didn't think it was the worst thing ever, but I was very disappointed with that movie as well. Superman's supposed to be your boy next door attitude, and that's what I see already a lot in this teaser, more than Snyder. Damn, we didn't like Snyder's over here. Would be dope if Ultraman turns out to be Cavill when unmasked. Okay, I think I've heard some theories.
I mean, I think we already know who's playing him, but that would be funny. I think that would be cool.
Let's see here. Any fan of any media can be toxic. Chris Chong says Fielderberg.
Sure.
Guardians, I want to be buddies with Rocket and Groot so bad. But
I'd have a beer with Rocket 100%. I don't even drink beer.
Sure. Me too. I don't drink beer either, but let's see. Chris says the costume also looks better than the Snyder costumes. So yeah, it looks like Chris enjoying this more than any of those.
And this doesn't. Somebody also brought up. I don't know who brought this up. I do try to credit where I hear stuff from, but they're also saying this might not be the final suit of the movie. This could just be a suit that we start with, and eventually it changes. That could be completely wrong, but
within the film.
Yeah, so people shouldn't hate on the suit. Just see how it goes, man. And I think it looks cool. Quite honestly, I like the I like the design.
I'm fine with the
design
suit.
With the yellow outline on it. Oh, it's brilliant. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I do prefer the Cavill suit, but I don't mind this one. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be exactly the same, but even though it is Superman, they do try to change it up a bit. But so that was my number one most anticipated films of 2025, and I mentioned earlier, like I said, this year or 2025 lineup seemed kind of weak to me, at least from what we know so far. But who knows? Maybe 2025 ends up being a good movie year overall. By the end,
we'll get you there, Gio. Don't worry about it,
buddy. But that's where we're at right there. People in the live chat right now. There's a few of you guys in there, so you guys want to enter the Funko unwrap Funko giveaway? Go ahead and comment.
Come on, guys, get some free stuff, dude.
And say, I am a subscriber and a follower, just because it is true, right? Because you are a subscriber or a follower. So I can enter you in the reindeer. I was gonna say dance, the reindeer race, and whoever wins that wins the giveaway. So, like I've been doing this basically this month where we have these boxes, these presents, and there's a Funko behind it. So whoever wins will choose one of those, and that will be your prize. Again, must have an address within the US, has to be present in the live chat. There's a couple of you guys here. So we'll do it. We'll do the giveaway. So let me see. So we have, I already got Feel the Burn, I already got his. And then we have Chris Chong. So I'll add Chris in there. So we got Chris Chong. And then we have, where did I just see something here? April loves cats. So I'll add that there. Remember, make sure to have an address within the US and be a follower or subscriber.
Yeah, that international shipping's it's expensive, guys.
I haven't tried that, but I would think it would be very expensive for this.
I shipped a pop to Canada for my friend Olivia up there, and it was almost $50 damn. I was like, nope.
What the hell?
Yeah, and then if it doesn't go through, if they don't accept it through customs, like it just sits in a warehouse or some shit until you figure out how to get it back or get it through. Yeah, it's insane, man.
Okay, if anything, just convincing me to stay with my policy of not.
No, anytime I was doing giveaways, like I was doing giveaways on my my gaming channel, and every time I was like, it's got to be in the U.S., guys. Like, sorry, I love my international people, but
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, because I have a couple, and it's like, yeah, but I can't really send it out to, out of the continent, But even for you, it was just Canada, so
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you, but our guy Thrawn's office, he was on Robert Meyer Burnett. He was in the chat. He's subbed up to his channel. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait, I know that guy.
Actually, I Thrawn's office is going to be on my Figures Talk soon.
What?
I reached out to him, so
nice.
He agreed. He agreed to be on, so we'll have him on soon.
That's
on
awesome.
Figures Talk.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Chris Chong says, "Oh, good, Yomo isn't here." So there you go. Octavio Perez dropping by. Not sure if I'm on there. I believe I commented on your post. I'll add you now here. So I just added you. I just saw the comments. So you're in there now. So I have Feel the Burn, Chris Chong, April Loves Cats, Octavio Perez. That's who I have on there now. And then we have my cousin, Billy Goat, Chevo, dropping by saying hello. So hello there, Chevo.
It's a good name. I like it.
And then he has Napoleon Dynamite on his profile. So there you go.
That's funny.
All right, guys. So again, I'll give you about a minute or so. Let's see. Kenny Lang dropping by. How can I get on? Hello there, Mr. Kenny Lang. Thanks so much for joining us in the live chat. I haven't seen you in the live chat in a while. Thanks so much for coming back here. Really appreciate it. And then Kenny, so if you want to enter, you just type in I'm a subscriber or a follower, and then I'll add you on there. Obviously assuming you are a subscriber or a follower, and have an address within the US and be present in the live chat when we do the race, which we'll do that in a couple minutes or so. Let's see. Okay, there you go. All right, so let me see here. Okay, and again, the giveaway is a Funko. It's hidden behind the boxes here. So we'll do the race, the little reindeer race. Whoever wins that race in the live chat, first claim your prize so that I know that you're present, you're here in the live chat. And then once we do that, pick one of these boxes. Whichever one you pick, I'll reveal what's behind it and then that's your prize. That's what you have won. All right, so here we go.
Gio, I meant to give you some flowers, sir, and I forgot. I remembered. I was like, oh, next time I'm on his channel, I'm gonna congratulate him. Congratulations on 10,000 subscribers, brother. That's amazing. That's amazing, dude.
Well, thank you, Tim.
Blew me away when you posted that. I was like, holy hell. And it's all because of me, Gio. I just want you to know it's only because I've been on this channel.
Since you've been on here. Well,
it's not that you run a great podcast. Nope. It's only because
not because of that, right? Well, I'm actually at 13,000.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a while back, but I forgot the last time I was on to give you your flowers on it.
Yeah,
but,
it was.
Congratulations, brother.
It's kind of crazy, and thank you, Tim. Really do appreciate that, because it's like I didn't even cross the 1,000 subscribers until last year. Last year is when I crossed the 1,000 subscribers. So it's like I've been on YouTube since 2017, as far as like doing shows like this, since 2017. And so it's like I haven't been doing it as consistently as I'm doing it now. I'm doing like twice a week now. Before I would do it like once a month or once every 3 months. So I mean, obviously it's not gonna get like a lot of traction there, but thank you, Tim. Thank you so very much.
Chris, if I knew what type of flowers Gio liked, I would send him some real flowers too. All right, Gio's a good dude. He deserves it all.
He said, "I thought Tim wanted to give you actual flowers." That's funny. I don't have a favorite flower. That doesn't even cross my mind. That doesn't even cross my mind, to be honest with you. But thank you, Kim. Thank you so very much. And then you've been on, and you made your debut this year. That's why you're saying that, right? You made your debut here on the channel.
I did.
All right, so we got you guys' names on here. We got Feel the Burn, Chris Chong, April Loves Cats, Octavio Perez, Kenny Lang. So you guys are on there. So I will include you there to this reindeer race. So let me put that in there now. Put the names here.
All right. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. But
I'm doing
you made me laugh.
I'm doing a big giveaway tomorrow nights on Figures Talk.
Oh shit!
I'm doing a sideshow gift card to the viewers. I'm sorry, either sideshow or Amazon, whatever you want. If you're not a collector, maybe you'll want an Amazon $25 gift card. Just for the viewers, and for the panel, I'm doing a giveaway for them, a sideshow gift card. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that tomorrow. I'll give you guys more details about that later. If you want to be on there, Tim.
What? It's figures?
It is figures, yeah.
I could talk some figures. Let me know. Oh well, no, I got my movies tomorrow. Sorry, sir.
Oh,
I got to get these done because I would say I would push it, but when I go back to work, because I've been off this whole week, I literally have no days off until afternoon.
Oh yeah. I could imagine that, actually. But yeah, in the future though, Tim, would like to have you on there. I wouldn't think that you'll be that interested in the figures that we talk about, but
I could talk figures, sir.
But then you have to get
because I like neck. Bro, you want to send me $300? Feel free. I will buy the John Wayne one we were just talking about. I'll take the John Wayne one.
The John Wayne one.
Go for it, sir.
That one. Actually, that's I think that's the manufacturer that we were talking about earlier, bro, who's doing Frankenstein.
Oh, is it?
It's the same manufacturer.
That was a really nice figure. Oh.
Yes, so
might have to look into that.
Let's see.
That would definitely be just sitting up on a shelf. Nothing I touch.
Yeah. Chris says, I'm supposed to be at a holiday party right now, but instead watching Movie Canon as I should. There you go, Chris. There you go. Well, thank you for that. But let's see. Okay, so we got all you guys in here. Okay, so now let me just display this here. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on just a sec. 30 seconds. I'll put that in 30 seconds. Okay, so we have a few of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you guys. So thank you for watching this from the beginning, guys. Thank you for being here in the live chat. So here we go. Let me show it now. Okay, so you guys can see this, right? So that's the little reindeer race. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Starting it now. 30 seconds. We have Kenny Lang, Octavio Perez, April Loves Cats, Chris Chong, and Feel the Burn. Which one of them is going to make it here?
Who's Chris,
going
what
to
are you
cross
doing? Come
the
on.
finish line?
What are you
13
doing?
seconds.
Octavio, come on. What is
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Is it going to be Octavio or someone else going to?
Coming. Kenny's coming. Oh,
feel
the burn.
Oh,
What?
Shit, feel the burn.
What?
Oh, and it starts flying now. I didn't know it did that.
That's awesome.
Oh, shit.
That's so dumb. Oh my goodness.
That's kind of cool. I had no idea the winner will fly. That's funny. Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So, Mr. Feel the Burn, if you're still in the live chat, oh, there you go. So there you go. Congratulations to the winners. Is where you get that. So, congratulations, Feel the Burn, your first win on my channel.
Good job. Good job.
Feel the Burn. So, I was second, says Chris Chong. I feel like you're second often, Chris. I mean, you've won several times on my channel, but I feel like there's been plenty of times where you're second, either when it's one of these races or a trivia question or whatever. And Feel the Burn saying this, he is defying gravity now.
Oh, so, ban him. He should get banned for that. That's so bad.
So there you go there. Okay, so again, congrats there, Feel the Burns. So let's see, what are you going to choose? What are you going to pick for your giveaway? Let's see. Okay, going back here. Actually, no, that's not a good one. There you go. I think that's better. No, I'll do this one. All right, there you go. There you go. So we have Feel the Burn again, defying gravity there. Thanks for reminding me, GOG. This Christian. Hey, you won. You won plenty of times. So there you go. It's this red box. All right. So you're picking the red box. Okay. So let me get the little. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So Feel the Burn. So he got the Red Hulk.
Nice.
With the little melting snowman function.
That's bad. That's badass. That's cool.
So there you go there. The other one, the Jack Skellington, is a Christmas ornament Funko.
Oh,
and then
cool.
The green box was a gingerbread Superman or gingerbread Superman.
That's
Funko.
cool.
But you won the middle one there. Feel the Burn. So congrats there. I'll message me on Instagram so I can get your address so I can mail it out to you. This one, the Red Hulk, I actually have it already. So I still have to go to the post office. So it might be a little bit before I send it out to you, especially with all the Christmas craziness. But I'll be mailing that out to you though. So congrats there. Feel the Burn. Let's see. Chris Chong says that's true, and those Funkos are standing beautifully by me right now. So yeah, there you go. Yes, sweet. So there you go. So thank you so much there, guys, for watching here. Let me see. I don't think there's anything else that I had. So why don't we plug Mr. Tim's channel?
Yeah.
VFG movie reviews. So what do you have coming up, Mr. Tim?
We just finished Quentin Tarantino week, where we did Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and Django. God.
Oh, in Hollywood.
It was so fun. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was so fun. Man, I love Tarantino. Like I've said, he's in my top 5 of directors. We are next week and the week after, and probably the week after that, and the week after that, because there's 28 of these movies, and I've only done 5. But we are finishing a promise of finishing up the James Bond franchise. That was a bad franchise for me to pick. It totally derailed this thing I was doing. I was doing this thing called Attack of the Franchise, and James Bond was not the one to pick. 28 movies. Jesus, man. That was a bad decision on my part, and it just derailed the whole thing.
I didn't know there were that many.
But we're going to, it's insane. We're going to pick it up next year. We're going to, because I promised to get these movies out. So we're going to finish these movies up, and then starting next year, we're going to start attacking the franchise again. But I'm sure it's only going to be 7 franchises. We're doing for Superman. That one I can definitely tell you. So leading up to the new Superman, we're going to review all the Superman movies. I got figure reviews that I'm about to start shooting for. We got so much goodness coming up. Come over to my neck of the woods, guys. Come over. I got to get to my goal of 2,000. There's a lot of stuff.
By the end of the year.
If I got to 2,000 by the end of the year, oh my goodness, I'd probably have to build a church or something to back for that.
Wait, how many subs do you have now? You have 1.28. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean it's not far. It's not far, but it's a feat. It's a feat, let me tell you. But yeah, man, I got a lot of stuff planned for once I hit 2,000 subs. And everything. We got tons of stuff going on. Like, I keep talking about stuff and then it doesn't happen. So all I'm going to say is we got a bunch of stuff planned. We'll see how it goes. And then once we get to 777 reviews, we're going to review a bunch of Las Vegas movies because I am a Las Vegas boy. And we're going to do a lot of location videos from where those movies were shot and stuff like that. So
like Casino?
It's going to be fun. Yes, I'm doing Casino. So it'll be 3 movies. So we're going to do 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Casino, and Showgirls.
Showgirls.
Yes. Showgirls will be the 777th movie. I'm very excited. Very excited to do that movie. I love Nomi Malone. She is one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah, Showgirls.
Yeah, come on over, guys. Subscribe up. Let's go. Come on.
I was looking for Showgirls not too long ago in streaming, and I couldn't find it anywhere. But I mean, I've seen it. But it's just
I got it on DVD.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't have it on 4K yet.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Right. And it's a Paul Verhoeven film too. Like it's a
okay.
Like yeah, man, it's a damn good director. It's a damn good movie. I don't care what people say. A lot of people shit on it. And I actually just got a pin from this lady. She does this pin company called Battleborn Pins. And it's all pins based off of shit from Las Vegas and everything.
Oh, okay.
And she did a Versace pin with Nomi Malone and then the Versace logo on the side because she mispronounces Versace. So it's Versace. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful pin. I'll send you a photo of it. It's beautiful.
Okay. But Tim, again, thank you so much for joining me here.
Feel the burn.
Today.
Showgirls is his favorite. Yes. Thank God, there's 2 of us. I love it.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Okay, I see it now. Showgirls, my favorite. Okay, I don't remember liking it when I first saw it, but it's been a long time. So another movie that I guess I need to rewatch.
I'll look that up. I love Vinegar Syndrome. I will look that up because I would definitely get that on 4K.
Oh, they do have. Okay, good to know.
Nice.
But yeah, Tim, again, like I said, thank you so much for joining me here today. Hope to see you on the channel again in 2025.
Oh, definitely.
So
hopefully some people will get on it with us. Like, I like the one-on-one with you, Gio, but I think you know what it is? I think people are intimidated of me. I think so.
They're intimidated by you?
Yes, I shine too bright, Gio. That's why nobody wants to be on this with us.
Yeah, let's go with that. Well, I mean, I mean, my brother was supposed to be on here.
Yes, that would have been cool.
But they made him work. So,
Them
so yeah,
bastards.
but yeah, again, thank you so much, Tim, and for
Yes,
people
Gio.
watching in the live chat and watching in the replay. Thank you so very much for that. As I mentioned earlier, tomorrow night, let me push this here. Tomorrow night, I'm doing my Figures Talk Christmas special, Fantasy Figure Tier List
Wow.
Part 4, and there's quite a bit of announcements and releases, and I have a stacked panel already as well for the Christmas special. And then I'm gonna do those big giveaways tomorrow. I'll give you guys more details on it on Instagram, on my social media and stuff like that. But we're doing that, and 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow night, Sunday, December 22nd. Hope to see you guys there. But that's pretty much it for now, guys. Thank you so very much, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, guys.